Discussions on artificial intelligence, particularly generative AI, are everywhere. It is changing workplaces and education faster than anyone can truly keep up with. Since the origin of the photographic camera about 200 years ago and the video camera over 100 years ago, people have been manipulating our interpretation of visual information for various purposes. Intentional manipulation and disregard for the truth in textual forms has existed even longer. The makers of this manipulated media are often doing so to entertain. This is the case for magic shows, theater, and Hollywood movies. Through these, viewers can have experiences beyond what they can find in real life. However, sometimes manipulated media can have negative effects on the audience. Airbrushing of models has been standard in print advertising for decades, making thin models appear even thinner and inhumanly perfect. While this is probably simply done to sell the product, it has led to a widespread problem of body dissatisfaction. In the past, these creations required time, special materials, and skill. Generative AI changes this landscape as it is easier than ever to create very realistic media, and now even experts are struggling to distinguish between truth and fiction. In this video, we will take a look at two major concerns with current generative AI: slop and deepfakes. Please be aware that this video contains information on pornographic deepfakes, which may be upsetting to some viewers. Slop. Merriam-Webster Dictionary chose slop as the word of the year for 2025. It's a term used to describe low-quality digital content that has become pervasive in the last few years. Slop is generally not intended to deceive, at least not maliciously. Instead, when this media is easy and cheap to make, it can be produced with very little care for quality. In the offloading and hallucination videos, we saw examples of slop legal briefs riddled with hallucinated cases, eroding the integrity of the legal system. Many conferences and scholarly journals have experienced unprecedented increases in submissions, with reviewers complaining about the low quality of many submissions. Some reviewers are also resorting to using AI for peer reviewing, again undermining peer review. YouTube is seeing a huge increase in new channels that post exclusively AI slop, with many of these channels having millions of subscribers and comprising a large percentage of YouTube's new video posts. Slop on social media can be worth a lot of money as it monetizes attention. While slop can seem harmless, it can also have some serious negative impacts. It floods the information ecosystem, drowning out the high-quality media we want to see. Because the makers of slop often do not care about the truth portrayed in their media, people can be manipulated and deceived, even if that wasn't the maker's intent. Deepfakes. Deepfakes are digital forgeries intended to maliciously manipulate, deceive, harass, and scam. They have plenty of pre-AI historical precedent, such as manually retouched images removing those who had fallen out of favor in Joseph Stalin's Russia. The Mechanical Turk was a supposedly chess-playing automaton that impressed audiences all over Europe for decades, but it was a hoax as it actually contained a talented human chess player inside. Both of these historical examples and others like them took special skill, materials, and time to build, but generative AI technologies remove those barriers. Media has long been held as evidence in various aspects of our culture, especially audio, photographs, and videos. The ease of their manipulation is causing problems in many aspects of our society. Deepfakes are facilitating the spreading of misinformation of current events through AI-altered photographs. Additionally, unacknowledged AI-generated evidence, such as photographs or receipts, are causing problems for our court systems. A Philadelphia grandmother was scammed out of $6,000 when she got a call that sounded like her beloved granddaughter in distress. Real and fictitious retailers are using AI to create images of products that don't exist, impersonate popular brands like Apple, or include false celebrity endorsements in their marketing. Furthermore, customers are ordering products only to claim that they arrived damaged, submitting refund requests with AI-generated images of the damaged product. Financial institutions have seen a 700% increase in deepfake phone calls requesting access to customers' accounts. These scams are occurring within internal business operations as well. In one case, a deepfake video conference call with what he thought was the chief financial officer led a worker in Hong Kong to transfer over $25 million to scammers. Across all businesses, fraud losses were estimated at $12 billion in 2023 and expected to reach $40 billion by 2027. And current fraud detection tools are insufficient for protection against AI fraud. Non-consensual pornography is another example of deepfakes. DeepTrace Labs estimates that 96% of deepfakes are of non-consensual, sexually explicit images of women and girls, including celebrities like Taylor Swift. This is a growing problem in K-12 schools, as the programs to make these images and videos are so easy to use. In one case, a 13-year-old girl in Louisiana found her classmates were sharing an AI-generated nude picture of her, and she received no assistance or protection from school authorities, who prevented her from contacting her parents and put her on the same bus as the image's creator. These same administrators then expelled her when she slapped the boy on the bus. It was only after the case made national headlines that she was allowed to return to school, though still on probation, and that the case was turned over to the sheriff, who found nude photographs of 7 other girls in the class. This is only one of a growing number of similar cases of deepfake pornography. How to avoid falling for deepfakes. There is no reliable technology that can identify AI-generated media. Humans are better at detecting AI than machines are. Here are some tips to help keep you safe from falling prey to deepfake scams. Prevention. Set up two-factor authentication for all financial and other sensitive accounts. Avoid untrustworthy apps that ask you to upload photos of yourself, as many of these harvest facial data. Consider changing your voicemail introduction to the generic computer voice so that you aren't giving scammers the voice sample they need. Set up a safe word in advance with close family and friends when a potential scam is received. Be wary of all unusual images, texts, emails, phone calls, and video calls, particularly if they communicate A, a sense of urgency, B, feel emotionally manipulative, or C, ask you to send money or personal information. When suspicious, exit the interaction immediately and seek a website or phone number you know will reach a legitimate source. For unusual phone calls or video, ask questions only the actual person would know, including any safe words agreed upon in advance. For unusual requests by video calls, ask the person to turn to each side or wave their hand in front of their face. AI video generators currently struggle with convincingly rendering such actions. Conclusion. AI-generated multimedia is easier and cheaper than ever to create and is being used for a wide variety of purposes, including some that are malicious and others that have negative impacts, such as drowning out the good information we want to see in the information age. AI-generated slop and deepfakes are becoming so prevalent, some people don't believe anything they see in the media anymore, meaning these creators are influencing our perceptions of reality in ways that have very real impacts on our society and culture. Human judgment is currently performing better than technological tools right now in identifying AI-generated media. It is important to stop and think critically about any suspicious media before either acting on the new information or dismissing it as a slop or deepfake. The 8 suggestions in this video can help you from falling victim to AI scams. This is a critical part of media and AI literacy.